We don't get a lot of stories about quadratic equations on the SAT. Most of the time we deal with quadratics, they're just pure algebra. But here's an exception, and it's not so bad because this is the most common place where we will see a story about a quadratic. It's about motion and heights and speeds and things like that. So there is a piece of this that we kind of need to know. When we look at the story here, it tells us the equation above expresses the approximate height, h, in meters of a ball t seconds after it is launched vertically upward from the ground with an initial velocity of 25 meters per second. After approximately how many seconds will the ball hit the ground? Well, what happens when the ball hits the ground? Its height is 0. And that number shouldn't surprise us. It's a very helpful number when we're dealing with quadratics in general. So negative 4.9 t squared plus 25t is equal to 0. And we have lots of ways we can solve this. If you're confused, remember that these are supposed to be values of t, right? How many seconds? So we could just guess and check what we have and see how it goes. So I would start with b because I like to choose numbers in the middle. 0 is equal to negative 4.9 times 4 squared plus 25 times 4. So that's going to be 16 times negative 4.9, which is negative 78.4. 25 times 4 is easy. That's 100. So this comes out to 21.6. So that's not on the ground. That's pretty high. So we can skip around. This is a case where I probably would just skip to D because this seems really far off. So I would be like, all right, let's get more time to pass so that the ball is further along its trajectory. Let's see what happens here. So this would be 0 is equal to negative 4.9 times 5 squared plus 25 times 5. So that's 25 times negative 4.9, negative 122.5. Plus 25 times 5 is 125. So these also don't come out perfectly, but it's much closer. And so we could try see if we wanted to make sure, but the way it's going to work, that's going to be further off. And so this is, part of the question is they do say approximately, so we shouldn't expect our answer to be perfect. That word, normally we kind of ignore it, but here I think it gives us confidence that we're right. We're close enough. And so yeah, guess and check works here. We also could have kind of rounded a little bit and factored. We could have said from the start this is more like h equals negative 5t squared plus 25t, which would have been 0 is equal to negative 5t squared plus 25t. Factor out negative 5t. We get t minus 5, and there it is. 0, or t is going to equal 0 and t is going to equal 5, and so there's more proof. Some people don't like rounding at the beginning. I think it's risky, but here it works. But there you go. We don't even need to do that if we guess and check, and that is why when we have stories, the answers are usually guess and checkable because the answers are something clear in the story. They're a clear piece of the puzzle. You can work backwards with it and figure out what's going on if you're confused.